Alright, go ahead and pop your pure essences, pop your erasers, slot your 2 lost actions. Once you do that, go down to the cache at the bottom of the stairs and fill your holsters up to 99 out of 99. Please do not take either of the glowing pads, as these are a one-way trip down to slimes and golems. So again, do not take either of those pads until we know that everyone is ready to drop down. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of my markers. Today I'm gonna change. Theoth and Jam are the renders. Henro, I'm gonna go ahead and slot the bomb CS for you to grab, but if you're a black mage. I mean, I don't know. I'll have bomb CS or I'll have bomb X at Seeker if you don't want to mimic now. Himbo, Henro, don't forget your pures. Once you have your 2 lost actions slotted, your pure essence popped, and your re-razer popped, go to the marker corresponding to your party. I'm gonna go ahead and check actions now. Everyone has their pure popped. Yep. As a reminder, this is a instance duty, so do not go AFK for more than 10 minutes, or you will get disconnected or kicked. Actions look good. Again, once you're ready. Oh, someone just jumped down before we were supposed to. That's deal. Once everyone in their parties can go ahead and throw a ready check. And if you are 8 out of 8, just let me know in say chat or yell chat. A is ready. B is ready. Oh. E is ready. F is ready. C is ready. Just waiting on D. Party D. D is ready. Cool. Again, make sure your holster is at full capacity before jumping down. Double check that you have everything you need. Don't want to jump down with an empty holster, not a fun time. Since we cannot come back to the cache later in the instance. This is these pads are a one-way trip down to slimes and golems. I have what I need. I am going to be calling slimes tonight. If you are in parties D, E, and F, you are going to the golem side. Carter is going to be our golems caller for tonight. So Yep, that's Carter. You guys can go with her down to Golem's chat. It is in the voice chat directly below ours. So once I see about 24 people in those voice chats, I'll know we are good to go. However, if you do have everything you need, you are free to jump down on the left pad if you are on Slime side. If you're on Golem side, you should be dropping down voice chats right now.
Once we are communicating much over the Discord chat tonight, Camcorder said that they don't want people to speak unless they have a question. So gotta keep chatter to a minimum. Hello, Cam.
All right. Welcome to Slime side. This side, how this works is there are 4 rooms inside of here. Each of these rooms has a green pad inside of them. How we get through this side is we need to have 4 large green slimes self-destruct at the same time, which makes these pads glow. And once all 4 of those pads are glowing, we will be able to access Trinity Seeker. How this work, or how we will do this, is there will be green slimes that fall down from the center in waves of 3. These green slimes will need to be grabbed by tanks, and by holding them on top of each other, they will begin casting fusion and merge together. Each tank is going to be assigned to a room. It looks like these have already been assigned by people, I guess, taking initiative, which is great. How this will work is I will call for each tank to take turns grabbing 3 slimes from the center. So I will say, tank 1, grab your 3. Tank 1 will come center, grab 3, bring it back to their room. Tank 2, grab 3, same, so on. And then after all 4 tanks have grabbed 3, I will then start calling for each tank to grab 2. So then it will be tank 1 to grab 2, then tank 2 and 3 grab 2, and so on. Finally, for the last slime needed for the largest slime fusion, we will have a healer assigned in each room to be the to grab the last green slime. They will grab a green slime and bring it into their room and hold it into one of the corners to wait until we're doing the actual fusion. If you look at the image sent most recently in the DRS Learning 1 chat, you can see that the green square in the inner or kind of the inner far corners near the doorway are where the healers will stand with their green slime, where those green squares are. And then the tanks obviously will be in the center. And right at the end, once I see that all tanks have the amount of slimes they need fused together and the healers have a green slime on them, then I will call for all tanks to provoke on the count of 3. I will count down 3, 2, 1, and once I'm done with that countdown, you will provoke the healer's green slime, and then have them get inside of the hitbox. Have that small green slime get inside of the hitbox of your large green slime, and they will be infusing together. Once they fuse, they will begin casting Rupture. Rupture is a 60 AoE self-destruct that we will need to avoid. But once that self-destruct goes off, it will light up the pad, and if that happens all at the same time, then we are done. I'm gonna go ahead and mark where this safe spot is from these Rupture self-destructs. It's this place I flagged. We will all go into that corner, and we'll go out the north doorway once we're done and hide up in that corner. Other than that, there are some nuisances that make it a little more difficult for us to do this. The first one is the Bosjan soldiers that spawn north and south. Henro and Kala are going to be holding these. These don't really do anything other than just attack you and do some point-blank AoEs. And then there are going to be red slimes dropping into each of the rooms in the corners every 20 seconds. These will need to be grabbed by the DPSs in the room, and once they are hit, they will tether to you. So it is important that the tanks do not hit these red slimes, as if they tether to you, they might try to eat your green slime, and if that happens, it's just GG's, and we have to leave the instance and start over. So again, tanks do not hit those red slimes, only green slimes. The DPS, they will be hitting red slimes. So you'll hit the red slime and you will just kill it. It has very little health and you can kill it pretty fast. And you'll just be doing that every time a red slime spawns, killing it as fast as possible. And that's pretty much it for red slimes. I would like if all of the straggling DPS over here could split evenly across the numbered rooms. We need about 3 non-tank, or 3 people that aren't the tanks in these rooms. There looks like room 4 is good. Room 3 and 2 look good. So if Ryuto and Zelmar want to go over to like room 1 or something, yeah, that looks good. Art, you can go in 3. I'm gonna stay south. Himbo, you can choose wherever you want. Just look like if there's any room lacking people. Maybe you go on 4, Himbo. Looks like there's about 4 in that. Yeah, looks good. And that's about it in terms of stuff we need to know. Another thing, some things to watch out for is avoid healing yourself with, or avoid heals, especially as a tank. Mainly as a tank, actually. As since you have your stance on, you may generate aggro that will cause slimes that are not your slime to target you, and we don't want that to happen. These slimes don't do that much damage, so maybe pop some like mitts every once in a while if you are worried, but it should be fine. Lost actions. You do not need to use lost actions on slime side. You will be saving these for afterwards, so just do not press them for now. I'll explain how they are used after slime side. And last but not least, Wobble. Please let us know where the traps are. The traps are going to be in southeast, dead center in the mid, and in the north, one of the 2 north rooms. So again, do not go into the rooms or cross the center hallway until I say that all traps are percepted. If you are the southwest room, though, you can go straight in, but only the southwest room, which is number 1. Anyways, if you are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and hit ready checks. Let me know if your party is ready. A is ready, B is ready, waiting on C. Don't forget to pop food. I don't have any potions, that's unfortunate. Whatever. C, let me know when you're ready. Party C. C's ready? Alright. We're gonna have a 30-second countdown come up soon. Do not open the door until this countdown expires. Also, don't forget to equip haste gear if you have it, pausing and earring included. And use food, as that gives you 2% extra damage and a very nice, like, 5-ish% HP. CD is going out. We're gonna hold tight for that. And tank 1 is going to be on deck for grabbing their 3, so. Okay, 10 seconds left until we open that door. We're gonna go ahead and open that door now. Perceptor is gonna go get that middle trap. Tank 1, once the middle trap is percepted, grab the 3 and take it to your room. Tank 1, grab those 3, bring it to your room. Grab those reds, kill those reds in the rooms. Kill those reds. Tank 2, grab your 3. Grab your 3, tank 2, and bring those to your room. Tank 3, you are on deck to grab your 3. Tank 3, grab your 3, bring those back to your room. Tank 4, you're on deck to grab your 3. Tank 4, grab your 3, bring those to your room. Tank 1, come grab 2, Tank 1, once they drop. Yep, there, go ahead and grab 2, Tank 1. Tank 2, if you would like, you can come grab 1, and then wait for the second set to drop. Tank 2, grab 1 more. Tank 2, grab 2. Tank 2, grab 2, or sorry, Tank 3, grab 2, yeah. Looks good, keep killing those reds. Tank 4, grab 2. Healer 1, if you would like, you can grab 1. And healers 2, 3, and 4, you can come all grab green from the center and bring it to your room. Looks good. Every healer has their green in their room. On the count of 3, tanks can provoke their green slime from their healer. 3, 2, 1, provoke. Go ahead and provoke those off your healer. Grab those reds, make sure we're grabbing those reds. Don't do that, Thea. Please keep these in the corner. Don't want them in doorways. Looks good. I see 4 fusions happening. Looks like they are all rupturing, and we're taking everything and going north, please. Taking everything and going north. Looks good. Everything looks good.
Yep, that is pretty clean.
Do not hang back near the doorway. Please come over here. Ignore all those things. Rescue those stragglers, please. I don't want them to die. Ooh, that's one did hit the floor. We are going to need to raise them. If you did die, please pop a re-raiser. In the future, make sure you come out the north doorway as fast as possible so you can get to the corner, as those self-destructs will kill you to hit you. Anyways, once these people have been rezzed, we can go ahead. If you are not a healer, you can go ahead and take the pad. If you are a healer, wait until that person gets rezzed. Anyways, once you get to Trinity Seeker, make sure you take the 2 personal spoils that are on the bottom of the chair, or bottom of the stairs. I marked them with 1 and 2 so you can see where they are. Otherwise, Golem's chat is going to be trickling in from their voice chat, and wait till everyone makes their way up here, and then we're going to begin explaining slimes.
Here.
Welcome.
Hi, Carter.
Did I say slimes? Whoops. Sorry. I was thinking of words that started with S. Anyways, welcome to Trinity Seeker. Before we go into detail about Trinity Seeker, I'm going to go ahead and explain some things about lost actions and some basic things you'll need to know for all the fights in DRS. First off is going to be how are you going to be using the lost actions? That is what I want to explain real quick. I'm going to go ahead and send 3 helpful infographics. I don't even need to because Carter knew exactly what I needed to send. Awesome. There are 3 images in DRS Learning 1 I'll be using for this explanation. First off, DPS. You will be using, if you are a melee DPS, you will be using Font of Power and Honored Sacrifice. These 2 actions will be used on cooldown together. You will never use Honored Sacrifice at 90 seconds, since it is a 90-second cooldown. You'll be holding it for Font of Power and using both Font of Power and Honored Sacrifice combined with your 2-minute window. Your 2-minute window is your burst, so looks like you have a lot of samurais. So that's your like Midare and your Ikisho 10 and your Sene. For Dragoons, that's your Life Lance Charge, your Dragon Eye, your
Darkened Sight.
For Reapers, Dragon Sight, yeah. And then for Reapers, that's your Shrouds. Don't think you're in Shroud. Fizz range, you'll be using Fauna Power and Dervish. Same as before, or same as for melees, these will be used together. You're going to be holding Dervish for the 2-minute and combining that with Fauna Power. You'll be using your 2-minute burst under Fauna Power. That's your Tech Step for Dancers, Wildfire for Machinist, Raging Strikes, and Wander's Minuet for Bard. For casters, Fauna Magic / Chain Spell. Regardless of which one you're using, you will be using it on your 2-minute window. So for Chain Spell, even though it's a 90-second cooldown, you'll be holding that for your 2-minute window. So for Summoners, that's your Phoenix or Bahamut. Ideally, you don't mean Phoenix, but I'm not going to go into semantics too much. For Red Mages, that's your Embolden and your Manification. And for Black Mages, which we have a lot of apparently today, that is your Ley Lines and yeah. For tanks, looks like most of us are on Font of Power and Blood Rage today. I'm not gonna explain Blood Rage too much, but generally, once you'll be spacing out your dashes in order to enter it, and once you enter Blood Rage, you will be using all of your cooldowns and your Font of Power in it. You want to make sure while you are building Blood Rage that you're holding all of your cooldowns for it, since they will get a shortened cooldown in Blood Rage. This will let you do a big giant burst of damage. However, it is going to miss raid buffs, but that's okay. Font of Power and Honored Sacrifice works exactly like melee, so you're just going to be holding Honored Sacrifice for Font of Power. And lastly, healers, your damage is not nearly as important. White mages, you'll be holding, you'll be using Seraph Strike on cooldown with, and using Thin Air to negate the mana cost of it, since 5,000 mana is a lot. And for people using Chain Spell, you'll be using Chain Spell to on your 2 minutes, this 2-minute burst as well, and Lost Burst, if you're using that on single target, that's just going to replace your filler GCD. That's pretty much it in terms of lost actions. I just like to get that out of the way so no one is confused on what they should be doing with them, as lost actions are basically the backbone of this content. You'll be doing very large 2-minute windows by utilizing these lost actions, and that will allow you to output a large amount of DPS and make you useful. And as for some ground rules for how DRS works in particular, if you die in the death wall, for example, if you get knocked back into it, if you get re-raised, you will have a buff called Back from the Brink that is basically it's basically tied to Transcendence, that lets you walk out of the death wall, called Back from the Brink. It's called Back from the Brink. And if you press any button, then you will lose Back from the Brink. So once you get re-raised in the death wall, or if you get arised by a healer or healer LB3'd, then you will walk out of the death wall. You do not get a prompt like Ilya says when you get revived. It is just instant. There's no prompts for getting raised in DRS. It's all about your consent, basically. Yeah, sprint is included in those actions that you should not press when walking out of the death wall. Additionally, if you do die, don't forget to press a re-raiser if you have any left. And last but not least, healer LB3. Your LB3s in your parties will not be used for anything other than healer LB3, as healer LB3 is very useful and resourceful as it bypasses the resurrection restriction and allows us to res our parties fully once we get them. That being said, generally we have skipped healer RB3 due to the fact that these bosses die pretty quick ever since they've added these rays and some of the new lost actions, in addition to vets doing mimic chaining. However, if we are close to it, we will likely hold for it, but that is only if we are within like one mechanic of it, basically. Anyways, if you're in the party that does not have a healer LB3, you guys can do what you want with that LB2. It's a DPS loss if you do LB2 in DRS, but if you want to feel cool and hit that tank LB, then go wild. Anyways, that's about it in terms of ground rules. Again, that's just stuff that's going to apply to every boss. Now for Trinity Seeker. Welcome to Trinity Seeker. This is the first major boss of DRS. It is the first one with an end rage, which means we do have a time limit. And this is where do I have the? I thought I had the cheat sheet saved. There it is. This is. I sent a cheat sheet in DRS Learning 1 that will explain some of the basic mechanics visually, and I'm going to use this when explaining the boss. Basically, how this boss is going. Oh yeah, that's important too. I am explaining the bosses, but Carter is going to be our shot caller for the night. So what things I am explaining are basically how she's going to be calling them out. If you want to say hi right now, Carter, I would highly recommend turning her up, as it will help you hear her call outs. She has a weird fucking name right now, Profane Greeps. You see that in the list of people.
What? Oh, that's me. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I'm not on Profane, and then I remembered.
Yeah, well, if you want to go ahead and turn her up so you can hear her, go ahead and do that. But she is going to be your shot caller, and I'm going to be explaining how she's going to be calling things out. Seeker is a fairly easy fight, and most of it can be called out. But the first major mechanic is going to be Fourfold Mercy. Boss is going to show 4 glowing swords in 4 different directions, and you will need to avoid them based on Carter's directional callouts. Her callouts will be based on the boss relative. So an example call out would be left, left, right, right, or left, right, right, left. This will be followed up by Seasons of Mercy. Basically, you'll be looking away from the white orb, which is a gaze, and then avoiding the pink lotus. And while doing that, you need to avoid crisscross ice. Baleful Blade is going to be the next major mechanic, and how this works is the bosses will either have its swords glow or not glow, and based on that, Carter will tell you either to hide behind these barriers in the corner of the arena or to get knocked back into them. So, for example, knocked back means you would be standing in front of it, and hiding means you would stand behind it. Baleful Firestorms, these are comets that will appear on the outside of the arena, and we will need to go rotate outside of the arena, and Carter will tell us which direction we should start, and then which direction we should move towards. So an example would be move towards the C marker and rotate behind the 4 barrier. Iron Splitters, these are just going to be either we will stand on the yellow sand rings of the arena or the blue brickstone rings of the arena. And that's about it in terms of the basic mechanics. There's a couple ways the boss likes to combine them to make things a little trickier. Examples of this are Fourfold Mercy and Baleful Comets. Another example that happens much later in the fight, or another example is Fourfold Mercy and Iron Splitters. And then some examples that happen much later in the fight that we probably won't see are a clone will do Fourfold Mercy on the outside of the arena, combined with hide or get knocked back into a barrier, and also Iron Splitters plus hiding and getting knocked back into a barrier. That's about it in terms of mechanics that we'll be seeing. If you are ready, get behind the C marker to let me know that you are ready to go.
Chow, are you joining the fights or no? Chow is joining us today. Awesome.
All right. Go ahead and hit a countdown, Himbo. Ideally quickly, because it looks like we had an early bulk here.
Some early bulk years. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. That's a 30-second on the clock.
Oh yeah, as well, turn your tank stance off if you are not Himbo Hooters. Normally I would say myself, but Himbo is our main tank for today. And go ahead, get in there, hit the boss. This is a raid wide. Just some basic mitts on the boss. The boss is going to start us with a fourfold mercy. Easy, right for 2, left for 2. Right, right, left, left. Right for 2, then left for 2. That's 2, go to the left. And we're looking away from 1, look away from 1. Look away from 1, move south. Move south. And everyone can go ahead, get in on the boss. Get in on the boss. Stack under the boss's hitbox. Everyone get away from Himbo. Himbo is on the edge. Get inside the arena. Inside, away from Himbo. And continue to stay away from the main tank. Boss is going to get pulled back mid, and we are going to go ahead and stack up for some chains. Stack up for some chains, and we are getting out. Wait, wait, wait. And break these chains and get out behind a barrier. Out behind a barrier. And get back in, hit the boss. We are going to have some Ifrit dashes into another hide or get knocked back. We are going out by 4, get out by 4. Out by 4. Rotate over and get to behind 3. Behind 3. Do not be in front of 3 or you will die. Be behind 3. L for jam. Get back in, stack up on the 3.
Fast skip.
Stack up. Yeah, we're fine. Stack up. We're going to have some lines appearing under our feet. Don't stand in the orange. Boss is jumping. Get on sand. Get on yellow sand. Then be intercard. Yellow sand right now. Now be intercardinal of the boss. Max melee is safe but scary. We're going to have Ifrit dashes followed by a fourfold mercy. Get out by 4. Out by 4, left for 2, then right for 2. Left for 2 on the boss, then right for 2. We are starting on the east. And get on the right for 2. Look away from 4. Look away from 4. Lotus is on 1. We are moving east. Move east. Stack up to bait and break these chains. And break these chains. Break your chains. And raid wide. Reprisal, faint mythic Adel. There's going to be a basic bitch tank buster on our main tank. Do not stand with Himbo. Congratulations, Himbo, on being the basic bitch of the night. And boss is jumping middle. We are going to have fourfold mercy with an iron splitter. It is going to be ring, fourfold ring. We're going front for 2, back for 2. Front of the boss for 2, then back of the boss for 2. I will tell us where to go. Start on sand. Start on yellow sand in front of the boss. Now get to the back of the boss. Be on brick. Brick and stone under the boss is safe. Great job. Dude, not main tanking while calling actually feels
Don't
so
run ahead.
fucking
Don't run
wrong.
ahead.
Don't run ahead. Opal is going to percept us ahead. Dahu, do not
take
observe
that
that
gold
yellow
pad.
trap. Do not touch that yellow glowing pad in the back. That is for Opal. And And at this point, if you are the caster or dervish, awesome, you two are already back here. Opal, your friends are here for you. You can go ahead and do what you need.
Do not touch the Dahu. Do not pull him. We are going to be waiting for the duelist to hold the duel. So do not pull Dahu until then.
And we're just going to be waiting for some RP texts. Dahu is a very easy fight, however. It is quite simply just don't stand in the orange that appears under our feet. Alrighty, that is get out, get out, get out. That means we get into the arena. We're going to pull Dahu. This is a trash encounter, so you do not, you will use your lost action since you will be refreshing them throughout the instance. However, you will not get LB3, so please play safe. Don't stand in the orange under your feet. Continue not standing in orange. And Dahu is dashing north. Dahu is about to dash southwest in a moment. Southwest, be away from 4. Now get on the sides of Dahu. Boss is getting pulled back middle again. And there are going to be lines dashing around the arena. If you get a marker above your head in just a moment, you will take this out to kill an ad. Numbers are going out. If you have a number above your head, take it out to an ad and kill any ad. Just do not overlap this with another player with a number. Continue not standing in the orange and get on the left side of Dahu. Now move into the right.
Okay.
Get knocked into a safe spot. Any safe spot will do.
Our main tank crashed if someone wants to grab it.
I've got it. I got it. Get on the left shoulder of Dahu. Dahu's left shoulder. And do not get fire breathed. The south is safe for faster uptime.
And both shots are.
There are going to be some ads tethering to me, but they do not exist. Do not worry about the ads. If I could have the healers just focus on keeping me alive a little bit during this. Alrighty, and we are good to go. Go ahead and move up. Healers do not jump down yet, as Himbo crashed, so he will reappear dead in the arena. Healers, please stay back. Congrats to our duelist for clearing. Everyone else... What?
Did I fully DC before it died?
I believe so. Yeah. Our healers can go ahead and raise Himbo. Please stand on the body of your Isaac. Okay, Jesus Christ. Was an Horizon 1. This is your last chance to go back and grab your Seeker or Dahu chest as well, so if you have not grabbed those, make sure you have. You should have a foot plate as well as a few fragments. And you can go ahead and jump on that glowing pad once you do.
Where are you, Opal? I need you to mimic me. I'm jumping, Opal. Can you mimic me? Awesome. I go ahead and swap. Alright, everyone is making their way to Queensguard. If you want to go ahead and place down the reflect markers so I can almost said mimic them, trying to save the waymarks. Alright, welcome to Queensguard. This is our second major boss of the instance. I'm gonna go ahead and send the guy Queens This fight is
Wait.
gonna start off. Oh,
There we go.
this fight's gonna start out with us fighting the 4 guards. Nothing special here. They're just gonna spam raid wides until they all hit 80%. The first phase is going to be fighting both the warrior and the knight. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that is Carter with a 2 over her head. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the bosses, the warrior and the knight, are going to start out by tethering each other with either a purple or a yellow tether. If they tether each other with yellow, Carter will say apply purple, click off yellow, apply purple, which means that we will need to click off Steel Sting, apply Spell Forge, and if the bosses tether each other with purple, then Carter will say click off Spell Forge, apply Steel Sting, or click off purple, apply yellow. Which one do you say? I don't actually know. Carter.
I say colors.
Okay. So she'll be
Also,
saying
yes, as
colors.
Aki just said, do we have a dancer who can join? Because our dancer has to leave.
You guys can handle those party swaps and say chat. I'm gonna go ahead and continue explaining just to keep things going. Ooh, that's unfortunate. After the tether, will be Bomb Slinger. The boss will either tether the bombs or the player, aka you, or both, or neither. You'll need to look out for this to figure out which combination refers to which bomb you will need to stand on, either big or small bomb. And how you will know whether to go is you will look to see if you have the debuff or not. I will send the sticker of that debuff so you can see it very clearly. And if you have, or Carter will either say tethers to big, non-tethers to small, or tethers to small, I don't know if that was the same thing, but it's reversed. But either way, you kind of get the idea. Combined with this, you will need to either get knocked back into this bomb, or you will need to pick a bomb on the edge of the arena, depending on if it is a shield or sword event. If you don't know what these AoEs will look like, you can look at the bottom left of the Pocket Explainer to understand what I mean. After this, there's just a couple more easy mechanics. And once we finish off the warrior and the knight, we will go into the gunner and the soldier phase. First major mechanic will be resolving a Mustadio style analysis debuff, where you will need to point a part of that kind of ring that appears around you with one of the exposed spots. You'll basically need to show your hole to the gunner in the center. You will be avoiding fire frogs, which turn into fire AoEs, and immediately pointing your hole towards the center, and then after that, you'll have to point it to turrets on the wall. These turrets are in alternating fashion on the sides. I'm going to send an image of what this looks like, the most recent image. Basically, you'll be avoiding the fire frog AoEs. Carter will tell you which direction to go, or which marker to walk towards. You will point your hole toward the sensor, and then you will point your hole towards the turret on the wall. After that is going to be some more easy mechanics, and then finally, after we finish off the gunner and the soldier, we are going to be in the final phase, which is the Ethereal Wards phase. The Ethereal Wards phase will have all of the slime side go north, and all of the golem side go south. And you'll be focusing down these Aura spheres, which are going to be DPS priority. If you are, during this phase specifically, a tank who has an invuln still up, you will turn your stance on and provoke these Aura spheres, as whoever is the final aggro once they die, or whoever was top on aggro once they die, they will get a tank buster. It'll be a orange spike over your head. If you see that, just hit your invuln. Combined with that, we will be having the people who already are assigned reflecting. I think these are all filled. Yeah, if you took one of these markers, looks like everyone here knows what they're doing. You guys know what you're doing. And everyone else, after those Aura spheres are killed, you will just be focusing down the Ethereal Wards. There's 4 of them, 1 in each corner. And you will just need to make sure you not get bodied by those honeycomb directional parries, which appear on the Coat of Arms cast. And that is pretty much it. If you guys have not already discussed in your parties, make sure you know who is going to be using Spellforge, and make sure you know who is going to be using Steel Sting. Other than that, if you're ready, get behind the C marker, and please, 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 please do not early pull the boss. I would be very sad. Do healers need to be putting on those now? Yes. Both of you should equip it, and once the countdown starts, you will apply yellow to everyone who needs yellow, and purple to everyone who needs purple. I did forget to mention there are some jobs that do require both, regardless, have it applied regardless of what it is. These are Paladin, Dark Knight, Ninja, Reaper, Bard, and Red Mage. I don't like having to say all that because it's kind of hard to remember. So if you don't remember hybrids off the top of your head, then just give everyone color once the mechanic starts. Do make sure you prioritize in this order. Make sure you give the main tank. If you have a tank, which is either Kimbo or Card in your party, give them the color first. Then from then on, just give it to DPS, and then everyone else. Other than that, if you are ready, if everyone else is ready specifically, which looks like yes, then you can hit a countdown whenever, Kimbo.
Vigil has like 9 buffs on her.
It is worth mentioning as well. Please use lost actions in this 4-target opener. Hey, just use your lost actions once we pull them, and then just AoE them all down.
Carter, you are walls, right?
Yes, I am walls.
Start over near warrior then.
Okay.
And we'll be pulling about 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and go ahead and help you guys. Jumping away now. We're gonna go. Oh, Carter's calling this.
Jumping, yes. We're gonna go ahead and warrior to the wall, knight to the center. Click off yellow, apply purple. Click off yellow, apply purple. Priority goes to main tanks, duelist. Click off yellow, apply purple. We're going into bombs. Check to see if you have a tether. Tethers are going to large, rest are going to small. We are getting knocked back from the center of the arena. Knocked back towards 2B. Tethers to large, rest to small. If you fall before your bomb does, go to where one just exploded. And there's a boost going off. I sure hope someone dispels that. It's me. I'm going dispelling that.
Focus knight.
Raid wides. More on the middle, please. Much more on the middle. More on the middle. You're going to check for those tethers in just a moment again. Check to see if you have a tether. Tethers are going to green, rest are going to purple. Make sure you are not in the overlapping area between them. Tethers to green, rest to purple. You're getting in under the night, get in under the night, and towards the east. In under the night, towards B. On its hitbox, on its hitbox. Kill both bosses. It's fine, it's super cast locked right now. This isn't the enrage cast. That's the normal raid wide cast.
I was a bit scared because they have 5% of odd.
No, that's a super easy one to get. Anyways, soldier to the wall, gunner to the middle. Anyways, there's like a billion filler casts here until the fire frogs appear. So just continue burning. We are going to be going where the small frogs jump. They will jump last. We are going south. Go south. Go go south. And show your hole to the gunner in the middle of the arena. Show your hole to the gunner in the middle of the arena. Now to any turret along the wall. Tank Buster. And grade wide. Bosses are about even, a little more on the outside if you could, just a tiny bit more. And there are going to be some gun turrets spawning in just a moment. Bosses are about even, kill the middle, kill middle, kill middle, and ignore the gun turrets. Kill both bosses, tanks, invuln. I forgot to swap out the macro again. Tanks, if you have your invuln, please turn your stance on. ABC North, DEF South. Tanks fight for aggro. Kill the Aura Spheres first. Aura Spheres are first priority. Healers get into reflect position. And press your invuln if you get that shiny red button, or shiny red Dorito over your head. Kill the wards, do not get parried. Respect coat of arms. There were reflex mist in the northwest. That is okay, just burn your lost actions. Burn your lost actions, respect coat of arms. Don't get parried, kill the wards. Ignore the next set of orbs that may or may not appear. And great job. Be sure to thank Opalt for the handplate coffer. Without them completing the duel, we would not have that chest, or they're doing double damage on Flare Star. Haven't been on a Carter re-clear in a while, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Alright, welcome to Phantom. This is the next trash boss of the instance. Unfortunately, if you're used to other runs, we are not going to have people sit out, as we are going to take a break after this boss. So, please be listening. Please don't sit out for this, unless it is like extremely urgent. But if it's extremely urgent, you should be able to take a break anytime, not just specifically right now. You should probably have already gone and done whatever it was. Anyways, if can you place the markers? Carter.
Yes.
Why the fuck would we
If you
see
are cringe,
ads?
go to the top left or top right. If you are ready, get inside the arena, across the purple line.
Stance off if you're not himbo.
Anyways, this is another easy fight, so Carter's just gonna call everything out, and
Deaths are resolved. We're just waiting for the healers.
Yep.
Be sure to go ahead and get across the purple line once you are ready. No one takes a break here, because we take a break before TA.
And don't forget to turn your stance off if you turn it on for whatever reason.
Do we have a banish? That is, Millie. Which is already slotted.
This is a very weird
25.
countdown. I'm gonna.
That's
fucking-
awesome. Fuck is Henro. Anyways, go ahead, hit the boss, yada yada yada, you guys know the drill. Turn off your stance if you're not himbo. And be sure to use your lost actions. I think there's something here, maybe I'll remember someday. Alright, anyways, congratulations to all of those of you who remember to equip your Pure for continuing to stay standing. We are going to go to D. I fucking hate Opal. Go to D.
Wow. We'd take those.
There are going to be donuts on each dot in the arena. Follow them down. Do not run into the death wall at the end. Follow these down one by one. Do not get got. And you can stop on the 4 waymark. Stop on the waymark. Do not run into the purple death wall, or I will laugh at you. And move over to 3. Stay here for a little bit. think about building any gauge that you might need for Trinity Avowed. I almost said Trinity Seeker because I'm fucking cringe and stupid. That boss has been dead for like an hour. Anyways, after 3 flashes of light, we are going to be going back to 4 or over to 2, wherever Himbo wants to take us today. That's 1, 2, and 3. Get off the 3-way mark. There are traps up ahead. There are traps up ahead. Do not run ahead. Wait for our Perceptor. There are no longer traps upstairs. Do not worry about the traps upstairs. Dude, eating this shit on Warrior is so much easier than Paladin. I just get owned every time I do it on Paladin for some reason. Anyways, there are actually traps down here. Don't run ahead. I am going to Percept for us. The traps are very dangerous. If you run into an orange trap, the trap will blow up and kill you. If you run into a pink trap, I will blow up and kill you. So don't touch the traps.
But seriously, if you touch the pink traps, you will break the one.
Oh yeah, so yeah, like actually though, don't touch them. Yeah, because they are a tool we will need for later. I'll show you guys what to do later though.
Blowing up and killing you is a real threat.
Yeah.
All right. If you are, I guess there isn't really any pretense to it. We're gonna go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Please be back at 11:05, or whatever hour it is in your time zone. 15.
You mean 15? You mean 15? You mean 15?
So 11:15. Yeah. So be back in 5 minutes.
What do you say quarter after?
Quarter after. Sorry, I'm a zoomer. I only know digital clocks.
Please stop talking, Cam.
Oh.
Shut up, Zoomer.
I only know charge my phone and eat bisexual.
What?
Do you mean sit bisection?
No, eat.
That is all he knows.
I'm sitting bisexual, but
I thought you also knew fire.
charge day phone, eat hot chip, lie, be bisexual.
What is it? Girls born after 1999 fucking don't know how to cook. All they know is McDonald's, charge they iPhone, be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie.
I forgot McDonald's. They have
I
McDonald's.
said
definitely.
McDonald's in there.
My favorite part is and lie.
And
Yeah.
lie is so good.
It ties the whole meme together. Like a rug, you know?
I'll put it on the DRS channel.
Where is my I'm still playing Rusty's Retirement on the side as always because this game is fucking awesome.
I've actually been playing Valhalla.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah. I haven't had it open during this because I'm focusing on this, but I will open it afterwards if I don't open Helldivers first.
Dude, it's such a good game. I need to play Heaven
It
with Mine.
is.
I'll probably do that tomorrow before the Opal run. Because I need to talk
I
to
have-
you about that because that game looks so
Wait,
trans.
no way, no way!
What?
It's actually the 5-year anniversary of any female born after 1993.
Wait, holy shit!
The origin of the meme?
I was literally
it
just scrolling Twitter and I saw this and I'm like, holy fuck! What are the chances of that?
Yeah, it was May 1st, 2019.
That's insane. I didn't know that. I literally just said that because I think it's funny and I like to say that.
It's a banger fucking tweet.
I didn't think that was 2019 though. Like I feel like I've been saying that since like 2016.
It's incredible.
I know, like I don't know how that's in 2019. Like I feel like it's not true. But I believe it. I believe everything on the internet.
Oh, I forgot twerk. That's what I forgot.
Yeah. No one
Yeah,
twerks
I'll-
anymore. They just have fucking level 10 yats in Ohio.
Holy fuck, Black Swan, holy gat.
Holy yeah.
Dude, I like actually have brain damage hanging out with Cam as much as I do has caused my brain to actually like become worse.
I just need to do something, guys, real quick. Sorry.
Are you gonna kick me from the call?
All right, this is my DRS rundown. Welcome to this side.
The break isn't over yet.
The
The
video I
onion.
sent, the video I sent in DRS Learning 1 is very funny.
No, one time the guy called the whole run as goofy.
Oh my god.
How is that official?
Dude, it's real and I hate it.
That's more lost in the sauce than I am.
Oh yeah, gamers, be
And
sure
I'm
to move
fucking
around a little
drowning.
bit.
Dude, how long until we have a DRS run that's just called by that text-to-speech voice?
Stop.
That'd be so cool.
Dude, no, Celery and I have already cooked this up. I was gonna do this for fucking BA back when I was still hosting BA. But it was gonna be the TikTok woman.
It's the
No,
host,
that
BA.
one's not as funny.
I used to, yes, on Cafe.
I used to do a lot of things.
For like some just like long footage of doing a DRS run. Because I don't have any yet. And I need to fix the recording so that it hears me.
So you need a run that will regularly see Enrage. I have a server for you.
No, I don't know if I need to see Enrage yet. But boy do I have a
Hello.
server for me. It's called
I'm so
the
glad
Aether
that I
Data
have,
Center.
real. All of the fucking DRS on there.
Oh,
They're fun runs, honestly. It's TA.
yeah, I do that mistake every week.
He
I can
does.
post this GIF real quick as well, and then I can post
I reliably hit /guide space minnow, and it tells me 500 error. And then I have to do it again.
Right. It's about 11:15. So I'm not gonna start yet.
I was about to aggressively type the onion mandate says compels.
Yeah,
you
the
to
text to
return.
speech DRS run is gonna be like a Lorianne. No, Lorianne. I've heard Lorianne before.
I've heard Lorianne call before.
Oh, that wasn't the same sentence. That was a separate sentence. No, this would be the Senbo run
Senbo.
probably, or the Sane
Maybe-
Bay co-host.
The only current slime strat I haven't called is that the one that we use in Primal. It's called golems, but I haven't actually called 3-2-1.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start explaining TA. Welcome to TA. This is the first boss where we're going to start using Shell 2 and Ether Shield. If you need Shell 2 still, get behind the purple line as it is still being applied. If you have it, then please move in front of the purple line so you aren't clogging up the targeting of people who still need it. Ether Shield, if you are the main Ether Shield tank, you can either go ahead and slot it now, or wait to slot it in the opener. That is up to you. I wouldn't do it if you were using bot VR though, because you can't really get the buff in VR. I don't know though. Just Ether Shield, if you're using it, then make sure you slot it. And also, this boss is a little trickier than the others since the mechanics require you to personally resolve your debuff rather than have things be called out for you. Anyways, as for the fight itself, the major core mechanic of this fight is the temperatures. You will need to look over your head or look at your debuff to see what temperature you have and use that to resolve these mechanics. Bow phase number 1, or the fight is split into 3 major phases. This is bow, sword, and staff, and it will loop once. The second time being a bit more challenging for reasons I'll explain for reasons later. I'll go in the order of the pocket explainer. The first which these can actually happen in a random order, but for explanation's sake, I'll go in the order on here. So first, bow phase. Basically, this is the ladder / pipe game from normal. I'm gonna send images to help explain things, so you might want to scroll down. The ladder game, the major difference is that there are more turns, and it also is not traced. So you will need to trace it with either your mouse, your eyes. I heard someone say controller, but that makes literally no sense. What the fuck are you doing to trace that with a controller? Like, are you pointing your controller at the monitor?
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, you hold L1 and press R3 and use the virtual mouse thing.
that sounds terrible. Anyways, sword phase. This is the most different from normal mode. How that works is basically, you will need to stand a tile adjacent to a safe tile. This safe tile will be called out by Carter, and you will either move one tile north, south, east, or west of that safe tile to take a temperature, to resolve your temperature. This GIF is probably the best way to explain this. There's no way I can put this in words better. Hope you studied, as it is much more, it is much easier than it looks, but it's hard to really explain why that is. And staff, similar to normal mode, there's going to be meteors on each, or there's going to be a temperature meteor on each corner. Instead of walking to the meteor, you will have to get force marched, aka quick marched, into the meteor that you need to take. I'm not going to go into super depth into the second set of phases, since we likely won't see them, as they happen quite late in the fight. But bow phase 2, or how these phases work, what's more important to know is that there will be a elemental brand introduced. And elemental brand is basically a secondary temperature that you will get that will need to be factored in when considering what temperature you need to resolve your temperature to nothing. If, for example, I had 2 fire as my temperature over my head, and I had a 1 ice as my brand, then my true temperature is 1 fire, and to resolve it, I will need to get 1 ice. Not much better way I can explain that other than the first 2 images and the big swath of TA images. And chances are we won't even see it, but just try your best if we do see it, and hopefully you just roll out whatever you studied. I'm not really going to go into detail on what the actual major differences on each of the phases are in much detail, but TLDR, both phase 2, you have to walk away from the fire instead of getting force marched. Force march happens during the bow game instead. Sword phase, the same, except you have elements of brand, so you may need to take 2 hits. And sword or staff phase, you'll need to walk into the meteor instead of quick march. And there's also some AoEs that Carter will tell you how to dodge. That's pretty much it. If you're ready, you can get behind the C marker, and go ahead and
Wait till people are all in front of the line. I believe Opalt needs to, or Opalt was asking to do countdown as well. Food check.
yeah, I need to go ahead and mark.
Oh, who is our physical target here? That's Seraltown, I think.
What do we agree on for the caster battery and waiting?
A chain is fine, I think, because we have a physical one. I think because we have a physical target too.
Hex 8's nice.
We usually use Hex 8, but if we use Hex, we can use Hex for a physical, because we also have a physical in waiting here, I think. Right?
Okay.
Use Hex 7 for physical.
I like chain 3 for magic, hex 8 for physical.
The only problem with chains is if there's a C2, but that's
Yeah,
reclear
C2
problem.
sucks and
That's
it's
a reclear
stupid, so
problem.
that's a C2 problem.
That's a problem for specifically Lynn's runs.
It's a problem
Except
for
the C2s are always
specifically me.
fucking in party.
That's a problem for literally me.
Okay, that is everyone across the line. Opalt, you can do it whenever. Opalt will be doing our countdown for what is it? Opalt will be doing our countdown for polyglot timer, cause it does kind of matter. It'll be a bit pain.
Poly,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, thanks. I will now say that and
Dude.
make Carter hate me more than she already does.
C2 does not give to Black Mage, they give it to other casters like healers and...
Physical will be Seraltan. Physical is now
Yes.
a Seraltan, actually. Caster is now Petney. Awesome.
And if your name is not Himbo Hooters, turn your stance off. And get in there, hit the boss. Tanks, go ahead, stand up front on the 3-way mark. Pop some mitts. And there we go. Raid wide, Aether Shield, and mitigate. We're getting in front first, get in front of the boss. Casters can go ahead and position out and behind. We are getting out at the flash of light. Out at the flash of light. Now. And get back in. Oh wait, out, sorry. Behind. Wow, I messed that up. It's fine. We're getting out for this one. I apologize to the melees who lost a little bit of uptime there. Out now. We are doing staff, sword, bow. I did say pre-position behind, but yes, we're going staff, sword, bow. Everyone can go ahead, stack up on the 3-way mark. You're going to get a force march. You have your temperature. You are going to be force marching yourself into the meteor that resolves your temperature. The boss will not be moving after this. Force march yourself into the meteor that resolves your temperature. Force march yourself. Do not greed. And you can dash, get back in on the boss.
Oof.
Raid wide, Aether Shield, and mitigate.
That bunny bounce.
Everyone can go ahead and stand in front of the boss at this point. Everyone can go ahead and stand in front of the boss. In front of the boss, near that 2-way mark, is safe. Group your 2 minutes as they come up. And the boss is going to go untargetable in just a moment. Boss is going to go untargetable. You have a hot and a cold. I'm going to tell you where the safe spot is. Be sure to get hit by the cleave that matches your temperature, or that is opposite your temperature. First safe spot is 3. First safe spot is 3. First safe spot is 3. If you're on 1, you are dead. Next safe spot is 1. Get on 1 if you are resolved. Otherwise, get hit by the cleave that resolves your temperature. If you're on 3, you are dead.
Oh no, we got
And
fucked
get
by
back
this
in,
one.
hit the boss.
That's unfortunate.
You can go ahead
And
and position
someone died
south
2
of this
times.
3-way mark now. Aether Shield and
Oh,
mitigate.
he bounced.
Aether Shield and mitigate. You can go south of the 3-way mark. South of the 3-way mark. Boss is repositioning herself. Tanks, go ahead, stand in front of the boss. Again, we're gonna have another tank buster. Very sorry to these black mages whose ley lines are right here. You're gonna have a force march. We're either going to B or D, either going to Beta or Delta. I'm gonna tell you where that is just in a second. Force march to B, Beta. B, 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 Beta. If you have any firewalkers in your party and they bounce, healers, you can go ahead and rescue them back in. Rescue that one person. Slowly walk over if you can. Great job. You have your temperature. Arrows are going to spawn across. This is the inverted pattern. Follow the diagram. Get hit by the meteor or the arrow that resolves your temperature.
Okay, should be fine.
And
Yeah.
get back in on the boss. Aether Shield and mitigate. And we're going to be getting out at the flash of light, out away from the boss once it flashes. Get out now. Continue hitting the boss. Stack up on the 3-way mark. Stack up on the 3-way mark. You are going to get a hot and a cold. You are going to get an elemental brand. And you are going to be walking to the corner that resolves your temperature. Hopefully this does not go off, but act like it's going to. Stand on the 3-way mark. Oh, this is absolutely not going off. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Nice. Let's go.
I forget
Don't have
how
to.
much she casts when it's brands.
Yeah.
With that said, we can go ahead and raise the few people that are still on the ground. And if you are new here, you can come back south where those traps were at the beginning for me. We're going to gather right around one of those pink traps. I mentioned we would need those for later. And I'll show you what that's for. All of the new folks, you can go ahead, target yourself, and stand right around that ring. Make sure you can push the edge of your player hitbox, that ring right around you when you target yourself, right up against the edge of that pink the pink trap. And have one more come in. And I'm gonna do a 5-second countdown, and you guys are gonna go ahead and run into that pink trap. Fucking level. At this point, you are good to go ahead and follow me over this way. We're gonna pop sprint anything you can to get over here faster because this is a race. Those pink traps are the mini traps, and they are required to get us ahead into the next area, which is a secret hidden arena, which is not normally accessible in DRN. So, once you take that glowing green pad to jump across this way, just keep running straight into that gate that everyone is standing in front of.
Wait, Wobble, why you small? That is so cringe.
Yes.
And go ahead and run right through there. Just keep running, and you're going to slide right through and let us through. Awesome, thank you. And there's going to be a loading zone. Do not run ahead, do not run ahead, do not run ahead. There are going to be traps up ahead.
Okay, let's actually respect the traps here. Let's not, like...
There is an explosion on the bridge.
I know percentage right everyone.
We are all good to go.
Alright.
We don't really use Perceptive here that often because tanks
Can you
can just run
place
through
the
those.
TA markers one more time? I don't think I grabbed them. Are they down, TA markers?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
down.
Okay. Can you place the minnow markers?
Here's the minnow prep ones.
And then the real markers?
I'll post those in a second. Yeah, there's the real ones.
Now we can go ahead and set up the Minotaur. First things first, if you are able to reflect and dispel, stand between the B and the D markers. If you only have one, then B for reflect and D for dispel. Looks like all the tanks have already chosen themselves as the people tanking Minotaurs.
Wait, you said if you have both what?
Both reflect and dispel. This is for healers. Healers will be using light curtains for reflecting the fire orbs here, and dispel to dispel the earth orbs. Cam will explain what those are in a second.
Yep.
If you have both, you go where? What?
In between the B and D.
the B and the D markers. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and post the cheat sheet for Minotaur. Oh wait, there isn't one. Thanks, Opal. Head and do guide, you know. Anyways, so this boss, the actual fight is pretty much just a pushover. The main part of this boss is its ads phase. Once it enters ads phase, the arena will transform into two large rings. One is the outer ring, one is the inner ring. Everything else is going to be a death wall. Everyone is going to go south to the C marker in the outer ring and stay in that little cardinal and all of the healers who are reflecting and dispelling are going to be on the inner ring. The four Minotaur ads will spawn in the center and will need to be grabbed by the 4 tanks. These will be kited on the outer ring, and after one rotation, the traps will appear, and once the question mark like graphics go away, then there will be one trap in each of the quadrants. The tank will pop their invuln and then run through that next quadrant to get rid of those traps. After this is done, everyone can start killing the Minotaur, or everyone can start chasing the Minotaurs to keep killing them. We'll burst down the south one first, and then just kill the rest of them in order, or whichever one you really want. It doesn't really matter. There's few major mechanics that happen during this ads phase. The most important one is going to be Fateful Words. The boss is either going to give you a debuff that is Wanderer's Fate, which looks like a guy falling down the stairs. That is a knock, or that pushes you away from the boss, and Sacrifice's Fate looks like a couple lines and a Minotaur in the background. That one pulls you towards the boss. Basically, how you're going to resolve that is you are going to stand in the inner or outer cubby, depending on which debuff you have. The second to last image that I sent explains this quite well, and this is really important, as if you get pulled incorrectly, then you're going straight into the death wall, and if you go in the death wall, that's just an instant death, and we don't want that to happen. The other 2 smaller mechanics that happen are Devastating Bolt, which is just lightning rings that are on the inner and the outer ring. These will need to be avoided by standing in the cubbies, and Rending Bolt is going to be baited AoEs at your feet that you'll just need to watch out for. Just circles that'll appear, and you can move right out of them. Other than that, everything else in this fight is really easy to be called out. So with that, I will let Carter. I'm gonna place the real markers. There we go. If you're ready, get behind these. Man, that seems so far back. I guess get in front of the C marker. To let me know that you're ready.
These are my markers that I use. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like everything that you do better, so I'm gonna go ahead and save these.
Got him.
Okay.
And just waiting on Owen and Henro. Anyways, we are good to go ahead and do a countdown whenever you want, Himbo. Skibbity
What's 9 plus 10?
is fucking killing me.
How long was I muted for?
A while. The fuck is my
I don't
Discord?
know why I thought I didn't.
Anyways, don't worry about it. Hey, wait, what the fuck? What did Himbo change my name to? I'm certain he changed it. Dude, what the fuck is that, Himbo? Anyways, get away from Himbo. There's gonna be a tank buster on him. What the fuck, dude? And press your knockback mitt now, arm's length surecast. Get in, don't get whacked. Oh, just fucking kidding? Hello? Oh my god. Okay, everyone go ahead, get south. Everyone get south, unless you are a healer on the inner ring. Burn down that first minnow south. And everyone get in the cardinal. Everyone get in the cardinal. Everyone be in a cardinal. If you are not in a cardinal, you may die really fast. Tanks, go ahead. Pop your influence, run ahead.
What?
Do your word, do your word, do your word, do your words, do your words, do your words, do your word, word. This is your daily word check. Do your word. Words are resolving. Good job. Congratulations to those of you who lived. That was your daily word check. Get inside of a notch. Any notch will do. You no longer need to be south. Kill this last minnow. Dodge the orange that's appearing under your feet. And watch out for the ball of fire between C and B. Ball of fire on C and B. Get back in on the boss. Anyways, this is a raid wide. I'm gonna press Aether Shield to feel something. And healers, go ahead, start arising those few that are dead on the ground right now. Take these out and away. Rapid bolts out and away. These are pulsing puddles, do not stand in them. And get out and away right now, 11 to 11 ton swing. If you can gap close, you are too close. Rapid bolts are out, take these out and away. Second set of rapid bolts coming out in just a moment.
Carter pick up.
Pimple?
Get away from the crushing hoof, away from the crushing hoof, and get back in or outrange these. Just pick one. What the fuck? That is the most evil rapid bolt I have ever seen in my life. And that was entirely on accident. Anyways, the boss is targeting me. Do not stand near me, there is going to be a tank buster in just a moment. There's no fucking way. Opalt cold fall on the fucking trash boss, by the way.
It's insane. Alright, we are making our way to the Queen. I guess I need to save these. Just kidding. I think they're unfunny.
I think they're funny.
Wobble, I don't think you're funny.
Hey, okay, you're literally just lying now.
Wait,
That's
you're saying
actually
I'm
fair. I
funny?
think Wobble's actually one of the only funny people left in DRS.
Before I place the marks down, if you are new and need a re-raise, as in you are out of all of your re-raise feathers and you need one, please go stand on the 4-way mark. We have some folks who are going to probably be giving out re-raises to folks. If you need one, stand on the 4.
Oh, Paul, I should have rescued you, but I wasn't in your party.
Man, Opal sucks.
Paul's so cool.
I'll think twice before making Opal cool again.
You have a charge, you should give it to Opal.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and place the markers so I can begin explaining. Welcome to Queen. This is the final boss of the instance. It is quite easy, so this is a bit more of a victory lap. I'm gonna go ahead and post the guide and the cheat sheet. First things first, to explain how these markers work. If you see the jumping black mage in the bottom left of the arena, how these markers work, I'm currently standing on the tile 4A. You can think of these as a XY plane, or as Carter likes to now had it named, the Cartesian plane.
I didn't name it that, by the way.
I said
did.
how you've had it named, not that you named
I
it that.
did.
But yeah, so I'm on A4. This is A3. This is 3B. Jam is on 3. Chow is on 4. And center is just the center. These will be used in a lot of our callouts, so make sure you understand. Anyways, as for the mechanics, the boss will start out with chess 1. This is pretty much just your... sorry, I was like, man, why do we call it chess 1 and super chess? Queen's Will and Queen's Edict sound way cooler. Anyways, chess 1, basically the North Swain's Glow is going to send us towards one of the... No, it's Queen's Will. Like, it's... Chess 1 is just Queen's Will, not Queen's Edict. Unless it is Queen's Edict.
I think it's super chess.
Super
Okay. Anyways, doesn't matter. Basically, how this soft chess 1 is... We have like a billion names for it. How chess 1 is going to work is... North Swain's Glow is going to send us towards one of the cardinal directions, and then Carter will tell you where to stand. It's very easy. And then Super Chess 1, which we won't see, basically how that works is you will get 2 debuffs that add up to either 5, 6, or 7, and you will need to figure out which of those numbers you are and stand on a tile that Carter tells you to. These tiles will be near each other in 99.9% of cases. It's not actually that, it's like 95% of cases.
85.
Okay, man. Anyways, after Super Chess, after you get into your initial position, you will get stunned. You will walk the first debuff, which will appear over your head as dots, forwards in the column that Carter tells you to, and then you'll get stunned again, and then you'll just walk back to the goal tile. If you messed up, just die in the goal tile, as you don't want to die multiple times to the AoE that kills everyone outside of the safe spot. And additionally, if you see a pink spike appear over your head, which looks like this, then walk backwards. It means you walked too far. Anyways, after Super Chess 1, which we aren't seeing, we will see Relentless Play 1, which is North Swain's going to send us a direction. There will be the Wind and the Lightning Puddles combined with Wind and Lightning Puddles combined with showing your hole to the Gunner, which is now going to be northwest of the arena instead of 1, followed by the turrets on the wall. Relentless Play 2 is going to be a downtime mechanic that's very easy. Just listen to Carter's call out and follow the safety shapes. And then Relentless Play 3 and 4 we won't see, but Relentless Play 3 pretty much is just baiting. It's all of us are going to stand together, and then we're going to dodge some ping pong turrets. And then in Relentless Play 4, you're going to hit your knockback invuln the moment you see that big giant blue line appear, and then stand on the bomb corresponding to your debuff, kind of like the bomb slinger from Queensguard. Carter will call out where you'll need to stand, and you'll also need to either keep moving if it's ice on your screen, and stand still, fire on your screen. But again, we are not seeing that. Like, I don't even know why I'm explaining it, other than for teaching's sake. And somehow I managed to forget. I always manage to forget because I actually don't know anything about this instance, and I'm just relying on Opal's creations to be a explainer. God Save the Queen is going to be a mechanic where she does a raid wipe followed by charging up a duty gauge. Once the duty gauge hits 100, 5 lightning orbs are going to spawn around the arena, and these will need to be reflected using light curtains. If you do not have light curtains, then you will stand outside of these until they get reflected completely, in which they will turn into domes that you stand inside of. Additionally, healers will need to dispel the boss to get rid of the buffs it gives itself. That's pretty much it in terms of the mechanics. Same rules apply for either shield. And that's about it, yeah. If you're ready, get behind the 4 marker.
If you need shell, get behind the purple line.
Yeah, that too. And Sem. That's funny. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, Chow, I'm trying to speed up my calls. I don't like this Anyprog taking more than 2 hours. I think it's a waste of time if it goes past that.
everyone across the purple line. Both Bolt can count down whenever.
The DRS Shadow DC.
Gonna be like Dynamis or something.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Yep, don't forget to reboot if you haven't. Magic battery should be out now. Yep, there it is.
And get in, hit the boss. Tanks, turn your stance off if you're not himbo. Also get ready to Aether Shield and mitigate. Aether Shield and mitigate. Faint auto reprisal on the boss. And we're going into chest 1. Let's see. Right there. We're going north. Easy. We are going to go to the 2 tile. Back half of the 2 tile, please. Back half of the 2 tile. This column is still safe. Mega uptime pattern. This column is still safe. 2 is safe. There's going to be a tank buster on our main tank. It's all good. And continue pumping damage. Continue pumping damage. Oh, this is so cursed. Alright, Aether Shield and mitigate. And tanks be ready. We are going to have another raid wide right now. Another raid wide in just a second. She's going to teleport and then cast God Save the Queen. Aether Shield and mitigate once more. Or pop your party mitts. That is. And continue dealing damage.
I'll need help.
You will, it'll be okay. Pop your light curtains now. Pop your light curtains and stand under an orb. Pop your light curtains and stand under an orb. There is one on B. And great job. Diddy, please vote. Diddy. Check to see if you have a tether. Check to see if you have a tether. Tethers are going to be going to green. Rest are going to be going to purple in a certain direction. Let me tell you where we're going. We are going east. Go east. Or west, west, west. Go west, west, west. Tethers to green, rest to purple. Tethers to green, rest to purple. Show your hold to the gunner at 2B. Now to any turret along the wall. Diddy, go ahead and roll now. And hold your 2 minutes. Hold your 2 minutes. The boss is going to be going untargetable in just a moment. And Himbo can invoke again. Awesome. Boss is going to be going untargetable in just a minute. Banger. Boss is going untargetable. We are getting knocked back from the center towards a safe spot and dodging a line cleave. Easy. We are getting knocked to A. Get knocked to A. Super easy. Get knocked to A. Safe spot is C and D. D tile is mega safe. D tile is mega safe. Tiny triangle on C as well. Get back in, hit the boss. Rip 2s if you have them. Aether Shield and mitigate. Faint out reprisal on the boss, please. We are going to be seeing Super Chest 2. That is A-okay. going to be going either north or south. We are starting in the south. We have back safe. We have wall safe. We have 6s to A4, 7s to B4, 5s to A3, 5s to A3, 6s to A4, 7s to B4. There are people marked on each of those piles. We are walking up the A column. Walk up the A column until the number of dots above your head disappears. And if you see the line, go back. You have gone too far. Go ahead, walk into that shiny blue gold tile.
Up
Walk
at the
into
blue
that shiny
tile.
blue gold tile. End in the gold tile. End in the gold tile. Even if you will die to Doom, it is better to die in the gold tile than out of it, because you will die to the resulting raid ride if you bounce. And get back in, hit the boss. Himbo's going to need to press his invuln, but he has that right now. And kill the boss. We are not going to be seeing healer LB3. Luckily, we should have plenty of arises left over. Just kill the boss. Stack up on 2. We're not going to see the mechanic, but just to be safe. And kill. Great job. Thank you to those of you who came along with us today. You can go ahead and healers can go ahead and start raising people. We've got a few in cutscenes, so be sure to prioritize newbies. If you see a familiar face, you can go ahead and ignore them at first. I have 2 sack plates. Surely I can live this, right?
Could have been a range thing. I count 9 new though.
Surely I dodged the Doom, right? I dodged my first Doom. I'm gonna go ahead and